Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. I've been gone for a while. I know a lot of people probably miss me. I've been getting a lot of messages, I'm still active, still doing the same thing with logistics with Amazon Relay. I just haven't really been on YouTube that much. I've been, put up a couple shorts, YouTube shorts here and there, but I'm mostly actively on Instagram. If you want to follow me on Instagram, I'm at Box Truck Shorty on Instagram. That's why I put up a lot more, my content, loads, stuff like that. So I haven't really been on YouTube lately. So I've been neglecting my YouTube, but I decided to come back and, come back to YouTube because I've been getting a lot of DMs on my Instagram about, why I haven't put any videos up lately. Like I said, I think this is my first video I put up since this year here. I think since 2022. For a lot of y'all know that I started off in logistics in 2021 of January. So my 1 year anniversary was January, of course, this year right here. So I had a 1 year anniversary, and only doing Amazon, solely Amazon Relay. I think when I hit a year, I was at maybe like at 700,000, 7 or 800,000 gross in my first year. It's been good. I still like Amazon Relay. I'm still only dealing with Amazon Relay. It's a lot that I can discuss today. A lot I want to discuss. I got a lot of frequently asked questions, I guess, from my box heads that I want to discuss tonight. But being in the business a whole year, will I still do it all over again? I still would do it all over again. Logistics is a business, whereas recession proof. I don't care, what happens in the world. Something got to come on a truck, either a semi or box truck or a cargo van or whatever. So logistics is still a good business to get into. A lot of people still ask, well, with the gas prices being $5, is it a good time to get into the logistic game? And my answer is yes. I made a short about that, but I'll go ahead and still address it. Right now, it's still a good time to get into logistics game. Gas prices being about $5 a gallon, $6, depends on where you at right now. Amazon is still compensating you more. So Amazon is paying more for that load. Let's say, for example, I think I said in a short, let's say a load was 150 miles and Amazon was only paying $500 for that load prior to the gas prices increase. Right now, Amazon is paying $650, $660 for that same load right now with the gas prices. So even though the load, the gas prices are higher, they're still paying a little bit more. And I know a lot of people say probably not in that area, but it's a science to booking loads with Amazon. It's just a lot of people skip the last step of learning how to book loads. They jump on Amazon, they think they can just find loads, and they're like, oh, I'm only seeing $200-$300 loads, because you're looking at the load board all wrong. You're looking at the load board at the wrong times of the day. You don't know how to use your poster truck. There's a lot of ways to make money with Amazon. You just got to be, you got to learn the game. You can't play the game if you don't know the game. And Amazon is full of I guess different methods of how to make money, and especially with the early access. Y'all heard me preach about the early access in a previous video. So today I just want to discuss a lot of frequently asked questions. Like I said, I've been gone for 4 or 5 months. I'm back. I still like logistics. I've always been here. I ain't going nowhere. I did scale down from 8 trucks down to like 4 trucks. And the reason being is during the peak season, the good thing about renting is what I do. I came into the game still. Some people might be their first video watching me. I started off with rentals. I'm still doing rentals. I still rent trucks. I still don't own a truck as we speak today. And right now we're in April, the end of the last couple of days of April. I started off with a rental truck. I'm still with a rental truck. I had scaled up. I started off with 1 truck. And I've scaled up to 2 trucks, 3 trucks, 4 trucks, 5. And I went all the way up to 8 trucks, then back down to 6, 5 trucks, 4 trucks. The good thing about renting is when the market slows down, because logistics, like any other business, they got a peak season, a slow season, a mid season, and then back up to a peak season. But right now, we kind of like out of the slow season. So when it comes to logistics, you got to think about it. A logistics pop when people order stuff. You got holidays, you got Christmas, you got Thanksgiving, you got Valentine's Day. You have little peaks, moments where logistics are pop, especially with Amazon. When somebody going to order something from Amazon Prime, when you're going to get it the next day. So all around holidays. But the biggest season for Amazon or just any retailer is from Thanksgiving to Christmas. That's when you'll make the most amount of your money. That's when y'all saw me during peak season. I think probably last time I posted a video where loads was paying $1,500, $1,300. You get those loads every day, all day. So you will make a lot of your money in logistics, especially with Amazon, from the end of beginning of November to the end of December. That actually like the first or 2 weeks is still into January. But when it slows down, it slows down. Because I started, like I said, in January 2021. It was slow as hell when I started. So I started literally at the worst time of the year to start a logistics company is January. I would say January, February, because it's slow. However, we out of that right now. So with that being said, you know, we in the mid-season of it. When we're in the middle of it, that's where loads are starting to pick back up. So it's like I said, once again, you have your slow season, your mid-season, your peak season. So what I did was I scaled down during that time. Guess what? If I owned them trucks, I still got to make them payments. I still got to pay my drivers. When it started slowing down, I was smart enough to know like the following year in January was slow. So guess what? I scaled down. So now I scaled down, mid-season come back up, I can start scaling back up. So I can start picking up 5 trucks, 6 trucks, 7 trucks, and going back up to peak season. Whereas if you own a truck, you don't have that luxury. You own 8 trucks, 5 trucks, 3 trucks, whatever trucks you own during that time, no matter what time of the year, if it's slow, you ain't got no work, you still got to pay on them trucks. You can't just turn them trucks back in and pick them back up. So that's another reason why I like renting. Renting allows me that flexibility to scale up and scale down whenever I want to at the drop of a dime. If I don't want to have 5 trucks, I can go down to 3 trucks. If I don't want to have 3 trucks, I can go down to 1 truck. I can just scale up, scale down as, you know, work or the time of the year when it comes to Amazon. So that's another reason why I like that. Another reason why I like renting, of course, you know, I was sending a lot of other videos, is because I don't have to pay for maintenance. I don't have to pay for repairs. I don't have to pay for anything with that truck. Anything happens to that truck, Ryder, Penske, Budget, Enterprise, any one of the big companies, they take care of that for me. So that's what I like, not having to worry about maintenance, because like I always tell y'all, it's not when that truck break down, because it's going to break down. Eventually the truck is going to break down. So a lot of people are like, oh, you spend a lot of money in renting. You do. You spend more money renting on a truck than you do owning a truck. However, I like the luxury. Like when I make my money don't leave unless I want it to leave. I look at it like this. I had made a short about this, you know, like a couple weeks ago. I look at it like this. I like to run my business like, if you think about it, what's the big businesses that's running right now? We got Uber. Uber controls a lot of cars. I don't care where you go. I don't know the last time y'all see a taxi, somebody called a taxi. You don't really even see taxis that much. You know why? Because Uber put them out of business in a nutshell. Not out of business, they're still in business, but you get what I'm saying. They kind of like, the business ain't booming like it used to be. So Uber controls majority of the cars on the road for the ride sharing. Then you got Lyft, they control a lot of the other cars. They control the cars, but they don't own the cars. So the name of the game is basically controlling something without actually owning it. That's how you can make a lot of money. Guess what? Your car break down with Uber, that's on you. You got to fix that car. Your brakes go out, your tire blow, you have to fix it. Uber don't pay. Uber just get a cut off the top. It's like Uber's making money off of everybody else is driving their car and fixing their car and maintaining their car and paying insurance, but they're just making the money on the top. That's how you make money. Same thing with Airbnb. Airbnb control a lot of properties, but they don't own no properties. Your roof have a leak, you got to fix it. You got an AC problem in your house or your Airbnb, you have to fix it. It's not on them. They just make a percentage on top. That's the same thing how I look at it when I you know, started my business model, my step-by-step starter pack guide. As I built it like kind of like that, if that makes sense, where I can make money off the top of my drivers without me actually owning it. So yeah, I might not make it somebody that owns a truck. Of course, I don't make as much as somebody that owns a truck, or especially that's driving a truck. But however, for y'all don't know, right now, as of today, I've grossed over $875,000 since I've been with Amazon. That's strictly solely doing Amazon. I don't do nothing else. I never did another load for another company. I never did anything. Of course, you hear a lot of people complain about, oh, you can't make money with Amazon. You can't make money with Amazon. And I made another short about that as well. Somebody making money in your neighborhood with Amazon. Somebody's making money, or Amazon wouldn't be there. I never in my life seen a group of, like, for example, on Facebook, the group, so many people complain about it. Like, if you don't like Amazon, then don't do Amazon. We live in a free country. If you don't like it, don't do Amazon. Go do something else. That's like joining an iPhone group and saying you hate iPhones, or a Samsung. Whatever, if you don't like it, don't participate in. Nobody's having a gun to your head and saying that you have to do Amazon. If you don't like Amazon, you can make money over the road, fine, go over the road. I like Amazon from a business standpoint because of its simplicity. I made a short about this as well. The simplicity of Amazon. Simplicity, when I say simplicity, I mean like it allows me to live the life I want to live. It allows me to be on vacation. It allows me to because to do anything I want to do at the drop of a dime, because I don't spend more than 30 minutes a day running my whole company. And when I say 30 minutes, that's I say 30 minutes, but I don't even spend 30 minutes. Because if I told y'all how long I really spend running my company on a day-to-day basis, a lot of people are like, you lying, you ain't spending that. Because when I post my short, I heard a lot like, there's no way you can run that. Yes, you can. You can run your logistics business with Amazon if you own the company. You're not driving the truck. Let me clarify. I'm not driving a truck. I never drove a truck before. I drove a truck, the box truck, one time across the street to put gas in it and then back across the street. That's I never did on a load or none of that. So as owning a business, not working in the business, then yes, you can work a 9 to 5 and still do Amazon Relay. The same thing I'm doing right now. Once you learn the system, and you put it in place, you don't spend a lot of time every day, booking loads or anything like that, because I have a system in place. I know how to set my poster truck. I know how to look for loads. I know what time to look for loads. I already got my drivers set up, how my drivers communicate with me, and hiring trusting drivers that I know is going to show up to Amazon, where I don't have to babysit or watch somebody all day, because if you got a bad driver, it can sink your whole ship. It'll make your whole company a pain in the butt. So with that being said, I like Amazon because of its simplicity. That's one aspect of it. The second aspect of it is I don't have to go through a factoring company. I don't have to pay 3, 5, 10% to a factoring company to book my loads. When I book my loads, it's directly with Amazon. There's no middleman. There's nobody else to pay. I don't have to go through a dispatcher. I don't have to pay the dispatcher 10%. Let me give you an example. Say you have a load that's $800 off of the DAT load board or trucking, or Keep Trucking. And by the time you pay 10% of that $800, now you down, you get to pay that the dispatcher $80 of it, 10% of it. Then by the time you go through a factoring company, and then now you're down to 12, 13% of your load. Guess what? That's the same exact money that Amazon was gonna pay you to be home every day. You home every single day. My drivers never spent the night outside of the house. My drivers are home every day. I do local runs with Amazon. I don't go far. So with that said, then on top of the time with the over the road, sometimes they lock your truck. So you might have a good paying load, but you can't deliver that load for 2 days. So now your truck is locked. You can't use that truck for 2 days. You stuck somewhere. So over the road works for some people. That's a headhunter. But for what I'm doing, my business model, if you want to work a job or you're looking to have something that's passive income, then my business plan, my step-by-step starter pack guide, that's what that's geared towards. It's also geared towards people that want to drive their truck. There's no difference. I can help owner operators get on the correct way with Amazon. If you want to drive your truck and make money, you can make a lot of money with Amazon driving your truck yourself. You don't have to hire somebody. You don't have to put a driver in the truck. So my business model works for that as well. My business model works nationwide. It doesn't matter where you're at. I get that question all the time too. Well, does it work in California? Does it work in Texas? Does it work in New York? It works everywhere. What I'm doing is no different from somebody in Texas. What I'm doing for somebody is no different than nobody in New York. It's the same game, same stuff. Nothing really changes. So it's the same exact stuff, if that makes sense, with Amazon nationwide. So that's a couple things that's the reason why I like Amazon. So with that being said, like I said, you can do this and work a 9 to 5, but you can't drive the truck and have a 9 to 5. Another frequently asked questions, like a lot of people always ask me too, is how much money can I make with Amazon? Is up to you. It depends on your area. You can do 2 or 3 loads a day, 2 or 3 short loads a day, or 1 load. For me, I do 1 load because I don't have the time. When I first started, I was doing like 2 loads sometime, and I would wait till my driver get back. I said I might book an 8 o'clock load, and let's say that load was 80 miles, and by the time my driver came back, let's say it's 12 o'clock, I could book him another short run, like another 50, 80 miles, and when he comes back, probably try to get him a 3rd load. However, the shorter the loads with Amazon, the more it pays. The farther the load with Amazon, the less it pays. So with that being said, I didn't have the time to book, 5 drivers, 6, 7 drivers, 2 loads a night. So I would just book 1 good load for my drivers to drive and, make it back, if that makes sense. So it's up to you how much money you can make with Amazon. You could do 2 loads. Like, let me give you an example. I had a load the other night. It was 14 miles. It paid $280. Well, guess what? You can do 2 or 3 of those in a night. So it's up to you. But whatever you do, if you're going to do a short load, you need to make sure that load cover your expenses, all your expenses. I did a video about that, early on, that a lot of people just see like, oh, this load is paying $10 a mile. Yeah, that load is paying $10 a mile. However, $200 ain't gonna cover your expenses for a rental truck, or even if you own a truck for that day. So you need to have more than one load. You need to have, so what I do is basically, in a nutshell, I get my rental for the month, for the week, right? Excuse me. Then I get my gas for the week. I get my insurance, whatever I pay per that truck for the month. I divide that by 4 and get it for the week. Then I also get my driver's pay for the week, and I add all of that up. Let's just say, for easy math, let's just say that number came out to $2,500. So I would divide 2,500 by 7. Whatever that number came out to, let's just say, I'm not off the top of my head, let's just say it came out to $350. Then that means I know that for each day, I need to book a load over $350 in order to see profit for me. So if I book a load for $350, that means I'm breaking even. I ain't losing no money. When I first started, I used to book loads like that because I didn't really know how to book loads. So I might book a load where I might break even just so my driver can get paid. I can pay for the rental truck, have to pay for the insurance for that day. But now I have a science where I know how to book loads. I know how to have it set up where I can get a guaranteed amount of money every single day. So with that being said, so anything I book over the $300, that will be my profit. So if I book a load for $625, $650, that means I made $300. The other $300 cover my expenses. So like I always tell people too, it's a science to booking loads. If you think you're going to just get on with Amazon and just start booking loads, a lot of people skip the last step of just jumping on with Amazon. Like, oh, let me go book loads. And then the next thing I get a consultation call like, hey man, what's going on? I don't see how you making money. Or then it's not paying like that in my area. It is paying like that in your area. It's paying like that in every area. It's just the fact that you didn't learn how to book loads. You just thought that you was going to get on there and it was like a fairy was going to give you good loads all the time. It doesn't work like that with Amazon. You got to know how to book loads. And with that being said, I have a step-by-step, not step-by-step, I have a step 2 rookie playbook that shows you how to book loads. It shows you how to find those good loads. It shows you the time to go look for the loads. It shows you how to turn a one-way into a two-way, a round trip sometimes. I got a secret with that too that's in my step 2 guide. It just shows you how to maximize and get the most out of your loads. It shows you, like I said, how to turn a one-way into a two-way. It shows you, a lot of the good tips on how I get good loads and how I book good loads. I really don't book loads under $600. Like right now, my average load size pretty much is about $625, $650 a day. And that's doing one load with Amazon. That's not going over the road. Like I said, I do short runs with Amazon that pay decent, that pay me, pay my driver, pay enough so I can make enough money as well. So I don't do multiple loads either. Every now and then, like say, for example, we got Amazon Prime week coming up in June. Then I might do some daytime loads, but I don't really do daytime loads like that too tough. The reason why I don't do daytime loads like that is because the daytime loads, they don't never give you enough time for traffic. Like you're going to always be late for some reason. And the daytime loads don't pay as much as nighttime loads. What I've noticed is if they have a load that's in the daytime, let's say that load is 150 miles, that load might pay $450 in the daytime. At nighttime, that same load is paying $650, $700 for the same load at nighttime. So I'm gonna tell y'all this isn't my guide, but I'm gonna tell y'all this because I believe this is what affects the whole market. When you book a load days out in advance, it's always gonna be a trashy load. A lot of people think when they get on with Amazon especially if they hire a driver, like they go out and book out loads for the whole entire week. Like, oh, I need to make sure my driver got a load for Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. If you booking loads in the days in advance, I guarantee you it's going to be a trash load. Unless you booking it at the time when they release the early access load. But other than that, if you booking $200, $300, $400 loads because you think there's not going to be no loads on the day that your driver needs to go, you wrong. There's always going to be loads on the day that's going. I never book loads days in advance. Never. Ever, because that's how you're going to get a trashy load. So if you can stop that in your area, I hear a lot of people say, oh, well, that's the reason why. That is the reason why. If you're booking loads in advance, days in advance, Amazon already know how many carriers they're going to have, how many loads they're going to have, and it's going to be a trash load. It's going to be paying $2 a mile. I don't do loads under $3 a mile. So all my loads is above $3. Some people cost per mile is $2, $2.50, whatever. But even if that's your cost per mile and you can get $3, $3.50, why not get $3, $3.50 for the same exact load that you're doing? So stop booking loads in advance and that'll help. Like in Atlanta, I don't want to tell our secret what we got going on in Atlanta, but you can change your market if all y'all stick together. if that makes sense. So stick together, reach out to the other carriers in your area, and y'all stop booking, trashy loads, and that'll, make it all better in your area, because you can change your market. Because in Atlanta, it's pretty good right now. Because even sometimes I hear people in Atlanta saying, oh man, they're not paying in Atlanta, I don't see trashy loads. And I'm thinking to myself, well, I do pretty good in Atlanta, really good in Atlanta. So it's going to be somebody in your area that's going to be successful, and there's going to be people that's unsuccessful. That's just with anything in life. Everybody ain't going to be successful in the same business. You're going to have some people that might create a barbershop. They might do really good. Somebody might go down the street and create another barbershop or start another barbershop, and they just do horribly. Same thing with a restaurant. Everybody ain't going to be successful in the same exact business, and you just got to accept that. And people will deter you and tell you that you can't do it when you can. Instead of saying that you can't do it, just say you can't do it. That don't mean that somebody else can't do it, because it's not a day I don't get into with some clown saying, oh, it's not possible, you can't do that. How you going to tell me what I can do and I'm doing it? You see what I'm saying? And I post, I think, the most receipts from anybody. If you go back, especially to my Instagram, I started off making $2,000 a week with a box truck. I started with one box truck and kept scaling up. I showed my receipts from day one all the way up to the top, all the way to where I'm at right now today, grossing, over $800,000. So, I know it's scary to buy a course or whatever. I don't sell a course, I sell a guide. My guide is a step-by-step guide. It shows you how to get everything I did step by step. I also have a step 2 guide, which shows you how to book loads for people that's, having problems booking loads. If you have a problem, it all can be found at www.boxtruckshorty.com on my link tree. With that being said, stop buying courses, stop believing people that didn't do what you're trying to do. Like a lot of people are going to groups or whatever. Stop being afraid to pay for your information. Stop being afraid to pay somebody that has traveled the road you have already traveled. That's the problem with people. They want to take the easy way. You want to YouTube. YouTube will take you somewhere. Like even you watching this video, I'm not going to give out all of my recipes, all my science for free. That I'm only going to give you a little bit. That's just common sense. You know what I'm saying? Like KFC ain't going to give you the recipe how they make their chicken. They're going to give you a little bit. They're going to tell you a little bit what's in it. So with that being said, I understand this. It's okay to pay somebody for the knowledge or the information that you need to know to get to the next level. I paid a guy $500. No lie. For y'all that don't know, I came from real estate. I paid a guy $500 to sit down with me and my business partners at Publix in Atlantic Station. $500. He showed me the whole game about flipping houses. My first house that I flipped, I made $176,000 in profit, not growth, and profit off a $500 investment. So stop being afraid to spend money to educate yourself and to learn to get to the next level. It helped me. Same thing with logistics. I didn't come into this blind trying to figure it out. I had somebody that showed me the rope, show me how the ins and out. Yeah, he might have not knew a whole bunch, but I took it and ran with it. After that, I started, researching and educating myself. So stop, being afraid to spend money. Stop trying to take the easy way out or giving up before you paid the right person. Or even if you don't pay me, pay somebody or learn from somebody in your neighborhood and your area that's done what you, trying to do. Like even protecting your brand. Like a lot of people don't protect their brand. Like everything I put out is copyrighted. Like my guide, step 1 guide, my step 2 guide is copyrighted. I had somebody recently just purchase my guide, slapped his name on it, came up with a name close to mine and basically trying to be just like me. Now you can't do that because I copyright everything I do. I'm not trademarked. Box Truck Shorty, that's trademarked and copyrighted. So basically I had to, go through my attorney, get his stuff removed, and I'm gonna still have to go through a legal battle with him to just show him and show people you got to protect your brand. Don't put stuff out there or come out with a name and you didn't protect your name or protect your brand. That's another thing. I'll make a whole nother video about that. But with that being said, stop listening to people that's lying to you, telling you, oh, you can make $1,000 a day and you can make 100 grand. Guess what? Make them show you that they made 100 grand. You see my receipts. I started at $2,000 every week, Friday. Every Friday that came around, majority of the time, I'm posting on my Instagram how much money I made, all the way up to I made like 700,000. Then I was like, oh, the point is obvious. I don't have to post it every week. But if somebody tell you they made 100 grand in logistics or with a box truck or whatever, make them show you. So show me. Don't show me 1 or 2 receipts. Don't show me a truck and then show me that you made $700 for doing, 300, 200 miles. Show me their receipt. Start making these people show you the receipts. Because there's a lot of people out there that's buying, starting courses or guides or whatever and acting like they really did it when they really didn't. Because like I said, I got a guy, he did the same exact, couple guys. And to make a long story short, I got people that just, my box is watching, letting me know if they see my guide or something similar to my guide out there. But with that being said, I offer a step starter pack guide. Is designed for people that want to not drive their truck, and is designed for owner operators that do want to drive their truck. I got the easiest, simplest guide out there. It's only $1.99. Like I said, you can get it at www.boxtruckshorty.com, or you can actually go to my link tree that I'm gonna leave in the description. I have a step 2 guide that I offer. It's $1.99 as well. It shows you all of the good loads. It shows you how to make money, you know, how to basically find good loads, because that's the second part a lot of people miss. I offer 30 and 60-minute consultation. For 30 minutes, I charge $75. For an hour, I charge $125 phone consultation. That can also be booked on my link tree. I also have a 2-day at Amazon facility and a 3-day Amazon training. The 2-day is the same as the 3. It's just that on the 2-day, you don't go on a ride along with the driver, which a lot of people don't want to do because it's long and it's tiresome. So I offer all of these services on my link tree and on my guide. And I also have a bundle where you can get step 1 and step 2 for $300 in a nutshell. And with that said, I'm out. I know I've been gone for a long time. I guess I'll chat with y'all later. See y'all later. Like my slogan says, I'll see y'all at the top.